Sorry, I went to blow my nose and I hit that by mistake. Okay, let's just finish what I was saying. This is as far as the nuns. Remember, this is this is still the same, but it's part 2, I guess, because I made a mistake. Okay, so it says right here that you gaining much hope in it all, and seeing everything in it, right? Because it says that yeah. All right, somebody gonna want for revenge on you because you're gonna make a move and get out of there because God told you what to change house, get out of that convent because you pinpointed a problem. Somebody want to pay you money some kind of way or give you money to engage because a person do plenty of good don't mean nothing, right? God says stop keeping this person up in his or her wrong because this person wants you to lay down beside the person. Get what it's saying? For money. I had to lay down. Look what it said. I had to lay down. It ain't no him in the convent. It's all females. I had to lay down next to her for money. Get what it's saying? You know you must go, God says, to get out of there because you know it ain't right. There's gayness in there to please your soul. Look, because you got an epiphany. God know you. You friendly. You got an epiphany. Deep. You was trying to get along because you had to seek help for a rape. So some kind of way you might have been raped, and that might have been what made you go there in the first place. Or you got raped by one of the nuns. Follow me? You was getting high maybe, and that might have caused you to get raped, and you went to the convent maybe to call yourself you don't want to deal with men no more, or whatever it might have been. I don't know. But God says you gotta let's just flow. So you might have went because you got raped and you figured, let me go there because I'll be safe. But then you go there, but that ain't do no good. You went there and then you got ladies there. Or some lady there is taking advantage of you too. Get what I'm saying? You thought you was going to a safe place, but you wasn't. Because God wants you out of there. God wants you out of there. Okay, you was getting high. Maybe that's what made you go to the convent in the first place. You need to get your cell phone for some help. Okay, your second card is what? No more base conditions and growing money in a winter time. You needed to, I don't know what you was doing to grow money, but some kind of way, God say no more base conditions as far as growing money. Okay, so it says right here, you was going to look at, look at what is valid and bring favor to it. Follow me? Let's flow for a minute. Because it says right here that you was trying to get along and you was seeking help for a rape, right? Because it says you was gorgeous, but you was going to accept any money given to you, right? Because it say no more base conditions in the wintertime as far as like growing money. You got a small trinket, whatever it is, maybe a cross, anything like that, for a body and something. Okay, he is there and he is vengeful. So some kind of way, a man was there and he was vengeful, some kind of way, whoever he is, right? Okay, you must go on with your life as you should, God says. Where? And you went to that convent, whoever you are. That's why you went there in the first place. Okay, you was friendly, but you got an epiphany. So, whoever you was, let's see. I had to lay down next to him for money. You had to lay down for money. You seek help for a rape. So you probably went in a convent because you was raped. Follow me? And God say in the wintertime you had to find other ways as far as making money. So maybe you was making money out on the streets or whatever was going on here in the back of your mind. You thinking about God right here. Doom was the last resort for you. It was like countdown to recovery. Maybe that's why you went in that convent in the first place. Okay, it says right here, the cupcake exchange. That's trafficking card right here. Anything like trafficking, right? Plenty of, so you was out there dealing with trafficking or anything like that. Prostituting, trafficking, or anything. Follow me? You was petrified about your cabbage, your dough, your bread, your moolah, your money, your green, your bread, your cash, your dough, your coins. Money. Okay? You was getting high out there in the streets maybe, or You was part of escorting or whatever you was, some kind of way, something, whoever it is. But you got raped some kind of way. To please your soul, you know you must go. So maybe that's what made you go in a convent in the first place, whoever you are. You pinpointed something that held you up in your life. And it was that right there. Okay, it says right here you was traveling at night. At nighttime. Okay, the sounds of something weighed you down. The sounds of you weighed somebody down, or the sounds of somebody else weighed you down. You was being appreciative of a house that was sufficient, right? You move fast on something. Follow me? So it says right here that, or somebody else moved fast on something as far as you. Race is always going to be here. Somebody need to get a grip. Whatever your race is. So maybe you needed a place to be or whatever, and you reached out and you went to a convent. Anything like that. Neutral. It was hard to get jobs for you maybe. Anything like that. You was going to be fearless. And you talking to God right here. God help me, lead me to my way, because your ex was trouble. Whoever this person is just connected to. And you're just going to go get it. Go get what? Go forward to whatever God leads you to, right? So it says right here that you want to be treated equal and fair. The next one is you took your shot to plan a fortune out there with this person, I guess. Don't let what you seek ruin your life, God says, because out there, whatever it was, you know, it was going to ruin your life. Because you couldn't find it, God says, right? Because the man fought you, right? But it says she did it. So, you're doing some kind of thinking in solitude, right? So it says right here, you want to clarify that choosing yourself first is the best option. It's the first choice, and it is. But whoever this man is wanted for revenge on you. Glory. So whoever you are, I feel you went in the convent because you tried to get away from this man, and it was housing for you and everything else, right? So it says right here, this person do plenty you good, but it don't excuse the person's bad behavior. Either this man or somebody, let me see. The problem is you was too nice. Do you even want help? Okay, it says right here that somebody's is amazed that you acting a little spicy and different, or you are about somebody. So it says right here, gaining much hope in it all. You are. And you seeing everything that's in it. Come on and go to that training to get the help you need, or someplace to get the help you need. God will help you. You got to listen to God, though. Okay, you got to stop loafing around and change house. So we have right here that you was being molded into what you was not. You had to start to see that what others are doing to keep you stuck. So there's a man out on the street or wherever you was, a job, cupcake exchange, trafficking, or whatever it was. You was being appreciative of a house that was sufficient. Maybe you was living with this person, his housing you, or whatever this was. Whoever this is right here. But you got raped in the process. Maybe you went to the convent because you needed some place to go and you wanted help. But with this man, you got molded into what you was over here, this man, but also in the convent, you being molded into what you are not over here, right? It's time for you to heal, right? It says you had to cover your genitals, intensity, because God's saying right here that you got to be the chairperson of your own life. Don't go in here first, right? So it says that letting go is very hard for you, the loss of a loved one. So you might have lost a loved one in your life. So we have right here that you got to hear what God says you are. My lawyer says, so you're going to get a lawyer some kind of way. So how can you, to control things in the best way you can is to have structure. because you need to face the situation and free yourself. So you got raped by a man. But got raped by a man. Maybe you ain't get raped by a man. Maybe this is the convent. Maybe this is the convent. Let me work it. Because I'm looking at all of this and saying, wait a minute. Maybe this is the convent. But it's saying he. Wouldn't be no men. There's no men in a convent. They all ladies. Let me just float for a minute. Let's see something. You was getting high. Right? You seek help. You was getting high. Right? No more base condition as far as making money in the winter time. You was going to bring favor to it, and you was looking at what was valid because you seeked help for a rape, so maybe you went in a convent. You was trying to get along. Okay, you was going to accept any money given to you because you was gorgeous. So maybe some kind of way you was getting high and you accepted money and you got raped in the process. So you wound up going in a convent maybe. You got a smooth trinket that could be a cross maybe for a body in. Okay, it says that whoever the man who raped you wanted revenge because he is there. Okay, it says that you must go on with your life as you should. So you went on with your life where? Maybe the convent. Because you got an epiphany because you was nice. But it says that we down with money. So you had to lay down next to him or next to her. So let's just flow. So what's coming behind the revenge? Let's see for a minute. She did it. This could be the convent. Let me just flow for a minute. So this could have been a man at the beginning. Now let's take it from there and we go to the convent. So we have, I had to lay down next to, let me see, next to him for money. Okay, so let's leave that with the man back then. Okay, and then right here in the back of her mind, she's thinking about God. Follow me? So we're going to take right here. There's a countdown for recovery for her from being raped by some man out in the street because she was getting high and getting money for it. Whoever this lady is, doom is the last resort for her though. Okay, so here she is. Plenty of women. The cupcake exchange. So the cupcake exchange could be trafficking or anything like that. Right? Where she is petrified about getting money. So we can all say call the cupcake exchange right now nuns. Because there's a lot of them, right? So let's just flow for a minute. To please her soul, she knows she must go and get away from this man with the trafficking or whatever this is. Right? Or she need to get away from the nuns. Follow me? It helped her up in her life with the trafficking, right? Or whatever this is with some man in the street or being in the convent. She pinpointed an action that happened in a convent or action with this man back then. It says she is traveling at night. The sounds of her weighed this man down. Or somebody was traveling at night some kind of way. Follow me? Toward where she was or she was. Some kind of way. And the sounds of her weighed somebody down at the convent. She is being appreciative of a house that was sufficient back here with this man when she is living there. If she is living with this man or the convent. Follow me? Somebody moved fast on something toward her or she did back then as far as this man getting away from this man who raped her or getting away and dealing with this convent situation. Race is always going to be here, so she, whatever race she is, and she got a problem with the man that don't like her race, or they was picking people back then with some trafficking or jobs or whatever this was she is involved with. They's picking people off her race or over in this convent. Okay, it's mutual jobs on a billboard. Wasn't a lot of jobs back then maybe to pick from. Or as far as with the nuns, seemed like they're picking people maybe seasonal or whether it's going on with them. So we have universe has lead me to my path. You asking for God's help to get away from this man over here with trafficking, pimping, or whatever's going on. Or helping God over here being in this convent. And she is going to be fearless with this man over here, with that situation, or with the convent. And just make a move and move fast on it, because that's what she did. Move fast on it. Go get it. She's going to go get it. That means get out of there with this man, or go get it. She's going to get out, and she went into the convent. But now she had to get out of the convent, because that's not good for her either. Is her ex trouble? Yes, he was trouble. And also in the convent, somebody's trouble, because it's an ex in the convent. Is somebody made moves in the convent, or the whole convent in general, right? Because it says right here, she wanted to be treated equal and fair by this man, or by the people in the convent, or one person in the convent. Okay, she took her shot back then to plant a fortune with this man, or she took her best shot to plant a fortune, a better life in the convent. So it says right here, don't let what she seek ruin her life, trying to make money with this man back then, or because she couldn't find it, or going to the convent, she couldn't find it. Okay, it says right here that he fought me. He fought her. This man fought her, right? And she wound up doing it. Whatever he wanted done, she wound up doing whatever it was. She told on him, whatever she did. I don't know. Or she just did what he wanted or whatever. But over here with the convent, it says right here that she did it. Somebody did it. And he fought her, whoever that is, right? She is in solitude thinking back then when she was dealing with that man, or in the convent. So it says choosing her first is always the best choice, God says, and she need to clarify that with God. With this man, that means choosing her first meant get away from this man. But also in the convent, choosing her first is always the best choice. She don't belong in no convent. Okay? But it says right here, all right, this man felt all right. He wanted full revenge on her because she wanted to leave. But over here with the convent, they said all right, but they wanted full revenge also. Somebody in there. Because this man did plenty of good at one time, she need to stop keeping him up in his wrong. But because the convent, certain people in there did plenty of good, she need to stop keeping them up in their wrong, because there's wrong about a lot of things. So do you even want help? So God said back then to her with this man, did she even want help? Or over in the convent, do you even want help? Because the problem was she is too nice with this man, and also in this convent. Okay? This man was amazed she was acting spicy and different, changing up, because she's going to make a move to get out of this situation with him, trafficking, pimping, or whatever this was with this man, being on the streets or whatever. But also with the convent, she decided to change up. And they was amazed that she was changing up, talking a little different, not just following their commands. Okay? She is seeking everything in it as far as this man, this situation with this man back then, and gaining much hope in it all. And also with the convent. Follow me? It says God will help her, right? But she must learn to listen as far as this man. Whatever God say to do as far as this man, she need to do. Also, whatever God told her to do as far as the convent, she needed to do. Go get the training and go to the class or training God told her to go to, whatever it was. That would be court with this man because he raped her. Go to court. Follow me? Or go to drug treatment. That's what God mean with this situation, because she is on drugs, getting high, and she got raped. Follow me? And go to court. Follow me? Over here with the convent, whatever God wanted her to get from here, you know she needed to get from there. Follow me? The convent. Okay, it says stop loafing around with this man and change house, get away. But also stop loafing around with the convent and get away. Right? Because it's molding her into what she did was not the convent. Get what it's saying? Also this man. So both of them was two wrongs. She is being molded, it says right here, into what she really wasn't. With this man, prostitute, whatever he is molding her to be over with the convent, it was molding her to be what? A person who don't love people on the outside, don't want a man's love, don't want to meet people, don't want to love people on the outside, just want to be inserted in that building and stuck there and have a crazy mindset. Follow me? She had to start to see what others was doing to keep her stuck, because they was keeping her stuck. That wasn't the life God wanted her to have. So it was time for her to heal over here with this man from being raped and mistreated, and with the convent trying to mold her into being dysfunctional. Okay? She needed to protect her genitals, tensity over here with this man, and also in the convent, because in the convent is gayness in the convent. Okay? So it says right here that chairperson. She need to be the chairperson of her life and go in here first. Be the chairperson and make decisions. Over here, she needed to not go in here first and let others be her chairperson, but be her own chairperson. Okay, she lost a loved one, whoever it is. Letting go was very hard, and it could be this man that she was stuck to, or a real loved one. Or over here, she lost a loved one, or it could be one of these people could be what she called a loved one, because they supposed to have been God people, but these people are dysfunctional, but letting go is hard, but she had to do it. Last card is, my lawyer said so. She gonna get a lawyer as far as getting raped over here with this man, and get a lawyer as far as with the nuns, because they did her a disservice too, because somebody made some kind of moves or did something on her here. Because you get somebody vulnerable and they feel like they supposed to follow. That's how it be with church. People follow because they feel like they don't supposed to go against whoever the leader is. But you abusing a person, they get abused here, and they come in and get abused also, because they are unstable. You supposed to want a man, and you supposed to want a woman. That is the way it's supposed to go. Not be stuck somewhere, trapped in some building all your life. And don't have no children. Don't interact a whole lot with the outside world, and just say you love God. It's a lot of people who love God, but don't stop them from living. You got a dysfunction, and you got to come out of that dysfunction. And stop covering up with saying and making it seem like you love God more than everybody else, because you don't. You just covering everything up. God know that you don't love God more than anybody else. God know you got a dysfunction that you covering up. Okay? You gotta hear what God, she had to hear what God said she was. And over here, she had to hear what God said she was. So over here, she had to free herself and face the situation with this man and get away from this. And also, being with these nuns, she need to face the situation and free herself and get out of here. Because they was trying to mold her into what she wasn't, to have her being dysfunctional like they are. So she went from one dysfunctional spot to another. Okay, so we have how to control things the best way she can is to have structure, God says, not dysfunction. Right? Because she went from one place to the other. Both of them abused her, because in there is abuse too. On the outside, you just look at the nuns with their black robes on, but you don't know deep down nothing about these people that's wearing these robes, and any robes being worn anywhere. You never know. Do not know these people. You just know they got a name tacked onto them that you learn to respect. There's probably a lot of you wouldn't think that nuns engage in no kind of sexual activity. You'll be surprised. You feel that because you think that's not what it is. Now on the outside to you, you might don't see it. But behind closed doors, all kind of stuff happening. You already see it from the priests. With the choir boys or whoever they say whoever be doing whatever they be doing to these kids. It's the same with the nuns, same thing. But that's what probably the newcomers that come in. Get what I'm saying? Or with each other, whoever been there. God didn't say it was alright for you to be with another woman. You think being with a man is the sin? No, you being with anybody is the sin. If that's the case, you can't just dress it up like you wanna. Oh, I ain't with a man, so I ain't sinning. So let me just be with a lady then. It's not the same. Yeah, it's the same, because you still engaging in sexual activity. Get what I'm saying? You might as well just go out there and just be regular and stop hiding behind your coops, right? Your robes, and go out there and be a regular person and stop being dysfunctional, because you're being dysfunctional and you don't love God more than nobody else out here who really go to church and deeply love and value God. You just fooling yourself and God waiting for you to come from out of those robes and come out here and live a normal life like you should. Yeah. Okay. This the brass love one.